As a prosecutor, you also, in this case specifically and in other cases prior to the trial of Mr. Dow's case, you cooperate with law enforcement in investigations, correct?
I work with law enforcement,
Okay.
sure.
You cooperate and work with DAs in other states, correct?
At times, I've had communications with them. I don't know that I've ever done well, I'm about to do, but yeah, I don't know that I've ever done a cooperative prosecution with another DA's office.
When you said you were about to, what are you about to, what case are you about to do that at?
It's not an active case.
Is that in relation to this case?
No.
And in fact, in this case, related to post-conviction, you reached out to the district attorney's office in San Francisco to investigate Mr. Gray's investigation, correct?
I requested and the court granted me a compelling order so I could find out what Mr. Gray had done and to get a copy of the records that he had, because I wasn't sure that you were provided by him all the records that were available.
Did
Okay, listen. This is the totality of the prosecution. It is his fiduciary responsibility to give up any evidence that is favorable or harmful. This is what Brady is about. See, if you read the Brady case, babbling, undisclosed confession, it didn't benefit Brady. It was really harmful, but they suppressed it. They didn't give it up. And because it came out later, it's a matter of law. You broke the law. You done something that you knew you was not supposed to have done. You were supposed to have gave up everything that Lateef Gray gave me, that he went and did his investigation and found. You already had it. You already knew about it. And as a prosecutor, you're obligated to turn it over. You don't pick and choose and give me what you want. And the man is still up there trying to deny it. He's still trying to act like he didn't violate Brady. You violated the Brady law. So, because you violated Brady, it's an automatic reversal. No ifs, ands, or buts. I'll tell you what Mr. Gray had done. He done what you were supposed to do. He gave me the Brady. He gave me the Brady information. He gave me the suppressed evidence. He gave me the jail records that you should have gave me to show that Mouton was incarcerated. He gave me all of the giglio. All of it. Where the police reports, him pressuring witnesses, going in and out of jail, motherfucker facing 40 years in a federal institution for pimping and pandering, taking a minor across state and county lines, and you hid that from me, though. You didn't give that to me. What Mr. Gray had done was the right thing. That's what he did.
Did you contact the district attorney in San Francisco related to Mr. Mouton prior to the trial in Mr. Dow's case?
I did not.
Why not?
I had an NCIC. I provided the NCIC to the defense attorneys.
You were aware that Mr. Mouton was charged with trafficking a minor in federal court, correct?
Everybody was aware of that, yes.
Okay. You were aware, were you aware that he also had other prior convictions?
As I sit here, I don't remember if they were convictions or if they were charges, but I do recall him being cross-examined on several local charges, Las Vegas local charges that he had. Your exhibit there says they think they might be convictions. I don't know if they're convictions or not.
You're going to call Mr. Mouton as a witness in this case. What did you specifically do to investigate his criminal background? Or either that you did personally or that you had others do at your direction?
I provided him the only thing available to me. I provided the defense a Nevada scope, an NCIC, which has this federal rap sheet. I also provided a copy of the guilty plea agreement that had all the associated documents associated with it as it related to his federal plea. I provided all of that to the defense attorney prior to the deposition.
Okay, but my question was, what did you do to investigate Mr. Mouton or what did others on your behalf do to investigate him prior to the trial?
Other than what he's testified to?
Well, I don't think we ever really got a straight answer on that, Your Honor. Him providing an NCIC to defense is really not what he really did. Mr. Giacomo, all you did pull his NCIC?
I'm not even sure I pulled it. I probably already had it prior to the order being given to me to provide it to them.
Okay, I'm not trying to be argumentative, but I just want to be clear. What did you do to specifically investigate this person who had a very serious criminal history prior to him testifying as a witness?
I provided his criminal history to the defense attorney, and I provided the guilty plea agreement and associated court documents provided by the federal court to me, and provided that to the defense to allow them to do their investigation.
You questioned Mr. Gray at length with asking him whether he conducted random searches, so I'm just going to kind of go through these quickly. Did you do a CLETS, a CLETS search on Mr. Mouton?
I don't have access to CLETS.
What is that?
It's the
What
California law enforcement.
Okay.
It's our version of scope. It's
Okay.
California's version of scope.
Did you ask the California investigators to do a CLETS search on Mr. Mouton?
I have since asked them to do so, and they've refused.
Okay. So you didn't ask him to do a CLETS search prior to Mr. Mouton testifying, correct?
No.
Okay. You didn't ask him to do an accurate search of Mr. Mouton prior to the testimony in this case, correct?
Accurant's a public database.
Okay. Did you do it?
I don't know if anybody did an Accurant, but it's a public database. It would not be a normal law enforcement search function unless we were looking for a witness, and that's one of the tools that we utilize to look for witnesses.
Did you do a search on the Illinois Sex Offender Registry?
No, and as Mr. Gray said, he wasn't actually on the Illinois Sex Offender Registry until years and years after the trial.
Okay. But I won't ask you, I mean, you've admitted the only thing you did to investigate Mr. Mouton prior to his testimony was, and you said, I don't want to misstate your testimony, that you think you pulled his NCIC,
I didn't
correct?
say I think. The record reflects I did. There was cross-examination by the defense attorney from the document. There's no doubt I provided the NCIC, his Nevada criminal history, his federal rap sheet, and the guilty plea agreement.
Okay. And do you have those records?
I do not.
Where would they be?
Well, I would assume at some place they're in the file, but I mean, I'm sure Mr. Ferran or Mr. Powell, if they maintained the file, still have them.
Now let me ask.
Now, if y'all listen to this motherfucker, first of all, he said he don't know if those was convictions. Bitch, you can't be in the position that you're in and playing with my life talking about what you don't know. What the fuck you mean you don't know if they're convictions? Then you sit here on this fucking platform that you're on and you say no reasonable human being would think that I would. Motherfucker, you said December the 5th. You didn't say December 05. Now, let me show you the significance about what he did and why they are supposed to let me go and I should have went home that day. But this judge, this diabolical bigot-ass bitch, here's the law. Mooney v. Holohan. I'm going to read it to you. Petitioner's papers are inexpertly drawn, but they do set forth allegations that his imprisonment resulted from perjured testimony, knowingly and used by the state authorities to obtain his conviction. And from the deliberate suppression by those same authorities of evidence favorable to him, these allegations sufficiently charged a deprivation of rights guaranteed by the federal Constitution. If proven, would entitle petitioner to release from his present custody. Did you hear me? Mooney v. Holohan derives from Brady. The suppression of the evidence and knowingly put that perjured testimony on the stand, I'm supposed to be at home right now. No ifs, ands, or buts. So all this shit that I love listening to this bitch because he's stupid. And the judge, oh my God. I went because from the gate, she's sitting there in a robe, I'm a respecter. Man, that bitch went from 100 to 0. I have absolutely no respect for that lady. None. There's nothing that she can say or do. And anybody that's acting in a position of power like that and they abuse their authority and abuse that position like that, I don't respect you either. There's no way you're going to get me to respect this lady when this bitch is sitting here trying to stop this man from being deposed, and I got a right to question him. He's not up there because he wants to be. He up there because he violated Brady. And he has to explain his malfeasance. Not pass the buck and try to point your finger at Latif. You're trying to make it seem like Latif did something wrong. Like he broke the law. Like he did something, he gave me something illegal. Nigga, I don't give a fuck how he got that. He could have pickpocketed Chuck Schumer for it. I don't give a fuck if he broke in Nancy Pelosi's house, hit her husband in the head with a hammer, and stole it out of her motherfucking jewelry box. He gave it to me. It's a Brady. It's the shit you caught. I don't care how that nigga got that. The fact of the matter, I got it, and you can't get around it. You come in with every excuse about pressure. Who did this? Who did it? The fact of the matter is he's in jail. And however I obtained that information, the fact of the matter is you got caught. You said December the 5th, Antoine Mouton is in jail from November the 28th to December the 7th. There's no backtracking. Oh, I meant to say 05. 12 reasonable jurors don't know that you meant to say 05. Then you said December the 5th and you said it twice. You was adamant about December the 5th. You're not going to tell me you didn't review those transcripts and know what you were saying at that time when you said it again? Because if you look at the transcripts, you watch the video, he said it in the same sequence. Everything was asked and answered identical. There was no mishaps, no misunderstanding, no loss, no getting off track, none of that. The frame was in, and Allah exposed you.